We live in an age of constant connection, a digital era where information flows freely and communication is instantaneous. We're surrounded by devices that promise to keep us connected, offering a constant stream of updates, notifications, and messages. Yet, despite all this connectivity, many of us feel more disconnected than ever. We find ourselves scrolling through endless feeds, observing the lives of others from a distance, but lacking genuine, meaningful interaction in our own lives. The paradox of the modern age is that we are hyper-connected but deeply isolated. Surrounded by endless noise and opinions, a cacophony of voices vying for our attention, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unheard. Social media platforms amplify this noise, creating echo chambers where dissenting opinions are often silenced or ignored. In this environment, we're starving for genuine conversation, a space where we can truly connect with others, share our thoughts and feelings, and be met with empathy and understanding. We yearn for authentic dialogue that transcends the superficiality of online interactions. We crave the kind of conversation that leaves us feeling seen and understood, validated in our experiences, and connected to something larger than ourselves. It's a fundamental human need to be heard and acknowledged, to know that our voices matter. The problem isn't that we've forgotten how to talk. We are constantly talking, sharing, and expressing ourselves through various channels. We have more platforms than ever before to voice our opinions and share our stories. The real issue is that we've forgotten how to listen. We've lost the ability to truly hear what others are saying, to empathize with their perspectives, and to engage in meaningful dialogue. We often treat conversation like a competition, a battle of wits where the goal is to win the argument or prove our point. We focus on formulating our response while the other person is still speaking, eager to jump in and assert our own views. We're constantly waiting for our turn to speak, impatiently anticipating the moment when we can finally share our thoughts and opinions, often interrupting or talking over others in our eagerness to be heard. Instead of truly hearing each other, we're simply waiting for our chance to talk. We fail to fully absorb the other person's message, missing the nuances and emotions behind their words. True connection isn't about broadcasting louder, about shouting our opinions from the rooftops in the hopes of being heard above the din. It's not about dominating the conversation or overpowering others with our words. It's about tuning into someone else's frequency, attuning ourselves to their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It's about creating a space where both voices can be heard and valued. Listening means setting aside your own agenda, your own preconceived notions and biases, and approaching the conversation with an open mind and a willingness to learn. It means offering your undivided attention, giving the other person your full presence and focus, without distractions or interruptions. It's about creating a safe and supportive environment where they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings. In a world of distractions, where our attention is constantly being pulled in a million different directions, with notifications, emails, and social media updates vying for our focus, being fully present is a radical act of generosity. It's a gift we can give to others, a way of showing them that we value their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. The quality of our lives is shaped by the quality of our relationships, the depth of our connections, the strength of our bonds, and the level of trust and understanding we share with others. And those relationships depend on how well we listen, on our ability to truly hear and understand the people in our lives, to empathize with their struggles, and to celebrate their successes. If we want deeper connections and real understanding, if we aspire to build meaningful relationships that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us, we must relearn the lost art of listening. We must cultivate the skills and habits that enable us to truly hear and understand others, to connect with them on a deeper level, and to build stronger, more resilient relationships. It's a skill, a learnable, developable, and refinable skill. It's one that can be practiced and mastered through conscious effort and dedicated attention. Like any skill, it requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn from our mistakes. Listening is the foundation of strong, resilient relationships, the bedrock upon which trust, understanding, and empathy are built. Without it, our relationships are fragile and easily broken. It's time we gave it the attention it deserves, to prioritize listening in our interactions, and to recognize its profound impact on our relationships and our overall well-being. Let's rediscover what it means to truly listen, to engage in authentic conversation, and to build meaningful connections that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. What is active listening, really? It's a term we hear often, but its true essence goes far beyond simply hearing words. It's a skill, a practice, and a mindset all rolled into one. It's definitely not just being quiet while someone else talks. That's passive listening, and it often means your mind is elsewhere, perhaps thinking about your grocery list or your next appointment. Active listening is a conscious, deliberate effort to truly hear not just the surface-level words, but also the deeper meaning and the raw emotion that's bubbling beneath them. It's about connecting with the speaker on a human level. It's absolutely not about impatiently waiting for your turn to jump in and steer the conversation. It's also not about formulating and meticulously planning your response while the other person is still talking. That's a surefire way to miss crucial information. Because if you're already preoccupied, actively thinking about what brilliant thing you're going to say next, then, quite simply, you're not really listening to what's being said in the present moment. You're missing the nuances, the unspoken cues, and the heart of the message. Remember, people don't always come to you wanting solutions or quick fixes. More often than not, they simply want to be heard, to be validated, and to feel understood. Listening, true listening, isn't a passive act. It's a dynamic, active, and fully engaged process that requires your complete attention and participation. It means being fully present in the moment, not mentally distracted by your phone, your worries, or your to-do list, and wholeheartedly giving the speaker your undivided attention, showing them that you value what they have to say. You're an active participant in the conversation, not just a passive audience member, simply waiting for the performance to end. At the very heart of active listening lies a genuine sense of curiosity. Approach every single conversation with the fundamental mindset that you invariably have something valuable to learn from the other person, regardless of their background or experience. This simple but profound shift fundamentally transforms interactions, turning potential debates and arguments into invaluable opportunities for mutual understanding and growth. Actively listen to discover entirely new perspectives and ways of seeing the world, and not just to passively confirm the beliefs and biases you already hold. Because when you truly listen with the intention to understand, rather than to simply respond, you open yourself up to the possibility of forging a real and genuine human connection. Remember, every single person you meet has a unique and valuable story that's just waiting to be heard. Ultimately, active listening is about consciously moving away from a place of already knowing everything and embracing the exciting journey of discovering something new. And that's truly the very essence of meaningful and impactful communication. And it all starts with cultivating a genuine and sincere desire to truly understand the person in front of you. Much of active listening happens without words. It's a dance of subtle cues and unspoken understanding. We often focus on the verbal exchange, but the nonverbal aspects are just as, if not more, crucial. Our bodies speak volumes. They broadcast our interest, our empathy, and our understanding, often before we even utter a single word. This silent communication happens through posture, eye contact, and subtle gestures. These are the building blocks of connection. Leaning in, making comfortable eye contact, not staring, but a gentle, reassuring gaze, and orienting your body toward the speaker, showing them that they have your undivided attention, all signal genuine attention. These nonverbal affirmations tell the speaker that you are truly present and engaged in what they're saying. These cues create an environment of safety and respect, where open and honest communication can flourish. It's about making the speaker feel heard and valued. Conversely, checking your phone or crossing your arms, creating a physical barrier, sends a message of disinterest. It tells the speaker that you're not fully invested in the conversation. Nodding and small verbal affirmations like "I see" or "go on" act as little bridges, encouraging the speaker to elaborate and share more. Encourage the speaker to continue, fostering a deeper connection and understanding. These simple signals keep the conversation flowing, creating a rhythm of exchange and mutual understanding. Mirroring the speaker's body language, when done naturally without conscious effort, builds rapport and connection. It signals that you are on the same wavelength. It's not mimicry, it's empathy in action. It's a subconscious way of saying, "I understand how you feel." Nonverbal cues are the emotional subtext of every conversation, adding layers of meaning and nuance to the spoken words. They show you're present, engaged, and open, creating a safe space for vulnerability and authentic connection. Listening is as much about what you do as what you say. It's about being fully present in the moment and attuning yourself to the speaker's needs. The silent language of the body is powerful, capable of conveying emotions and intentions that words often fail to capture. Use it to show you care, to build trust, and to create meaningful connections with others. Sometimes the most important things are communicated without words, in the shared silences and unspoken understandings that bind us together. Be attentive to the unspoken, it's where the real conversation often lies. 2 key techniques show you're truly listening: paraphrasing and asking clarifying questions. Paraphrasing means restating what you've heard in your own words. For example, "So, you're feeling overwhelmed because the deadline is near and support is lacking. Is that right?" This confirms your understanding and gives the speaker a chance to clarify. It also demonstrates empathy and validates their experience. Asking open-ended questions like, "How did that make you feel?" or "Can you tell me more about that?" invites deeper conversation. Avoid yes or no questions. Open questions encourage sharing. These tools prevent misunderstandings and build trust. They show you're not just hearing words, but truly understanding. Paraphrasing and good questions are the hallmarks of an active listener. Use them to create real connection. Active listening doesn't just improve individual conversations, it transforms communities and organizations. It's the foundation of clear communication and the key to resolving conflict. Many arguments and mistakes could be avoided if we simply took time to understand each other. Active listening forces us to check our assumptions and replace ambiguity with clarity. In conflict, listening de-escalates tension and opens the door to common ground. It's about understanding, not just agreeing. In a polarized world, listening is how we bridge divides. We can't solve problems if we don't first understand them. Listening is the first step toward collaboration and progress. It won't solve everything, but without it, we're stuck. The ripple effects of listening reach far beyond the conversation. The biggest impact of active listening is often felt in our personal lives. When you truly listen, you build trust and intimacy, the foundation of strong relationships. Think of the people you're closest to. They're probably the ones who listen without judgment. You can be that person for others. By listening, you create a safe space for vulnerability and authenticity. You also enrich your own life, learning from the stories and perspectives of others. Every conversation becomes an opportunity for growth. Listening strengthens your connection to yourself too. It cultivates self-awareness and inner calm. By listening to others, you learn to listen to yourself. Active listening is a professional superpower. In any field, it sets top performers apart. The best salespeople and leaders aren't just talkers. They're listeners. They ask insightful questions and listen to understand needs and problems. This builds trust, loyalty, and innovation. In teams, listening creates psychological safety, encouraging new ideas and collaboration. It prevents costly mistakes and miscommunication. For leaders, listening is essential. It connects them to their teams and empowers others. Great leaders don't just command, they connect. And connection always begins with listening. Make listening your edge at work. Becoming a better listener is about more than techniques, it's about mindset. It starts with mindfulness, being present in the moment, even when your mind wanders. Before a conversation, take a deep breath and ground yourself. Empathy is next. Try to see the world from the other person's perspective. Ask yourself, what might they be feeling? Why does this matter to them? You don't have to agree, but you do need to understand. Patience is also key. Good conversation can't be rushed. Allow for pauses and silence. Don't rush to fill every gap. Give the speaker time to think and express themselves. Sometimes you won't get to say everything you want, and that's okay. The goal is connection, not just getting your point across. Cultivate presence, empathy, and patience for authentic listening. We've explored the power of active listening and how it can transform our lives, but you don't need to master it overnight. Start small. Choose one conversation today to practice being more present. Maybe keep your phone away, paraphrase once, or focus on eye contact. It might feel awkward at first, but the effort matters. People notice when you genuinely try to listen. The world needs more listeners, not just talkers. Listening builds trust, intimacy, and real connection. It's how we make our lives and our world better. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Every attempt counts. The invitation is open. Take a breath, be curious, and truly listen. That's the first step to deeper connection. Will you accept it?